Hi everyone and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You know you're my favorite people in the world. Yeah, you. That's right, I'm talking to you. It's for you that I went out and got this. It's true. This is a rare, I consider this gold. And it is gold to me. I just picked up a gallon of donkey milk. A friend of mine who raises these donkeys, the one who I was supposed to get a baby from and I still haven't, that's another story, called me and had a gallon, actually had a couple of gallons, but offered to give me a gallon of this if I would make his wife some donkey milk lotion. And I said, yeah. And it gave me the idea that what a great use of donkey milk. It's very beneficial in its raw form, like goat milk. Yes, you can get dried. You can get dried goat milk. You can get dried cow milk. You can get dried almost any kind of milk, and it's great. And there's nothing wrong with it for consumption. But when getting something for the skin, you want those bioactive constituents, the things that are actually alive in there, or were alive, because they are like the lactic acid. Is something that works beneficially on our skin to remove dead skin cells and expose fresh blood engorged skin, right? That way we have that pink alive look. Anyway, I'm going on and on. So I'm going to be making a donkey milk lotion today, and because I got a whole gallon of it, that allows me to make some for you all as well. And the Jenny that this milk came from, a Jenny is a female donkey, is finishing up on her baby as far as weaning it. And so he says that I can get some more from them in the weeks ahead. So I'm really excited about that. So the first step we're going to take is to heat our milk to make sure that we take care of any pathogens that may be in the milk. From the point of the animal to getting it in the bucket and then putting it into my jar here, there are possibilities that we could introduce something that you don't want in a lotion that could cause it to be contaminated. So the best way to avoid that is to heat it. We're going to heat this to close to 220 degrees. Just bring it up to almost to a boil and then let it cool down, but for a period of time. And then we will bring it down, cool it just a tad, and then we're going to introduce our emulsifying waxes and our oils. You have to use an emulsifying wax to combine the milk or water, if you're making a water-based lotion, with the oils, because oil and water separate naturally. We learned that in grade school. So to make them come together, something has to emulsify them, bring them together. And that's what the emulsifying wax will do. We're also going to be adding stearic acid to this. The stearic acid acts as a joint emulsifier, but also to create a much more creamier consistency to our lotion. And it is actually a vegan stearic acid that comes from coconuts. All right, so we're going to get this heated, and then we will complete the processes. All right, so I've got the rest of my ingredients lined up here. Here we have our hard butters here. I have mango, shea, and cocoa butter. Here I have my stearic acid and my emulsifying wax. and my liquid oils here. And there's quite a few here. I have the pumpkin seed oil, black seed cumin oil. There is cucumber oil, argan oil, golden jojoba oil, and rose hip oil, and a bit of sea buckthorn here as well. Just the right balance of oils so that it's not greasy, so that it absorbs well, and that it leaves your skin feeling silky and luxurious. That is the hope behind these wonderful ingredients. So I'm now going to actually combine these all and get these heated and melted down. And then these are going to be combined with the donkey milk. Lotion is one of the easiest things to make. If you are a maker of any kind and you're not making lotion, give it a try. It's not hard at all. I'll share my recipe on my Patreon page, or if you talk really sweet to me, I may just give it to you anyway. All right? So I'm going to heat these and get these melted, and then while this is part of the heat phase, we will add this to our milk, and then we'll move forward. All right, so let me get these melted. All right, so our oils and our waxes are now ready to combine with our donkey milk. All right, so I'm gonna get it started. And now adding in the preservative. You always want to make sure to follow manufacturer's instructions on measurement and temperature, because if you add your preservative when it's too hot, it can burn off the preservative, meaning that it doesn't work properly. And anytime you're using an organic, like milk, you must use a preservative. Well, actually, anytime you make a lotion, you should, but most certainly with a milk. All right, so it's starting to get a skim on top, and that's when I know it's time to move it to the container where it'll be stored until it's ready to jar it up. I had just a great day today. I don't speak very often about my duties around the farm, and it's because it's just, to me, it's just work. Now, and there are plenty of people that do videos online on YouTube about farms, much prettier places, much better film production than I could ever do. So I just don't see a point in filming some of the simple things. And some of it would be hard for me to do. Being alone, it's harder to film things like milking the goats, for instance. I would have to cage somehow, create a fenced area with the camera in it, and then somehow run a mic to where I am with the goat. Because if it wasn't fenced off, the other goats would knock it over. This has happened before. I know of which I speak. So filming something like milking is just a real challenge. I filmed the goats playing. I have filmed the goats, me out with the goats, feeding the goats, various things. But I really wanted to sometime film the milking. But the truth is, the only way that's going to happen is if I get someone else to hold a camera and film me. So maybe if I can convince my nephew, after COVID is truly on, that's why I have a paper towel here next to the jar, so that if I spill a little, it catches it. Once COVID is on the run officially, once I've had my second injection and some time has passed, and once I know my nephew is completely vaccinated, a little time has passed. He loves to come to Texas and visit. He's in his 30s. You may think when I say nephew, I'm talking about a child. I guess to me, he is just a boy, but he's like 36 now. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look. I'm terrible at things like that, remembering birthdays and things. Anyway, I'd like him to come out and visit maybe in the summer or the fall. And I can get him to follow me around and actually do some filming of me. That way I can be in the film. You can see some of the things that I do, which to me doesn't seem that interesting, but maybe it'll help. Like the gardening. I was out today doing some gardening, planting some arugula and radishes and spinach and various things. And I was thinking, God, how boring this would be for someone to, just watch. But then again, maybe to some people that's not boring. Maybe it would be educational. I don't know. I'm babbling. It helps when I'm doing something tedious. Like this. This is a bit tedious. Repetitive. Hi everyone. So I was so excited to jar this up, and I had got these gold labels about a year ago for something else completely different that I was going to make and then never got around to making. And I thought, because this is golden to me, because it is more unusual that I can get this ingredient, the donkey milk, and because of the other ingredients in this, I'm calling it Golden Donkey. And I just thought a gold label is just right for this. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't, but that's what I came up with. And I just want to show you how creamy this stuff is. Compared to, now, if you've got the bison cream that I sell, well, that is a water-free product, meaning milk-free in this case. It is only oils and butters. So one big difference is this weighs a lot more. Even though it's the same 4 fluid ounces, this weighs double the amount of like the tallow because of the milk that's in it. Keep in mind that this is mostly, if you saw the ingredients, this is mostly that luscious donkey milk. And I just want you to look at this. Consistency is just, to me, it's just so luxurious. Isn't that nice? And I want you to see just how it absorbs. And I'm just going to use it on my hands right now. And you saw the amount that I put on there, but I'm going to give them a good moisturizing here. They're fairly clean. I bathed a little earlier, so my hands are clean. But doesn't that absorb nicely? But it leaves your skin looking, I think, just this is a 60-year-old skin, and yet I think it looks nice and supple, and I'm in love with this. And this is a product that I'm glad I made. Even if no one buys it, I like it. This is going to cost a little more than my normal lotions and creams and things, and that's because of the ingredient. The ingredient is a little more challenging for me to come up with until I have my own donkeys. There's such a market for donkey milk with the child nutrition market out there that it's hard to come by, so I feel very fortunate when I can get it. And because I'm having to give up about a quarter of this that I made to the people that I got it from as payment for it, which is fine. I just have less of it and less at my disposal right away, so I've had to mark it a little higher, but I hope it's something you enjoy. If not, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you all have a terrific day, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you back soon. Goodbye.